Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another sales update video. This one's a bit more braggy. I normally say at the beginning of these that I'm not bragging because my sales are nothing to be shouting about, but I'm quite pleased. I've had a good October. So I'm recording this mid-December. It's the 9th today. November. I'm recording this mid-November. It's the 9th of November today. And all of the sales that you're going to see in this video are from October and the first 8 days of November. And they are 20 over 20. So my average selling price as an eBay reseller is around about a tenner. Sometimes it reaches 12. However, having had a good October, my average selling price at the moment is 15, and that's because I have had 20 sales that were over £20, more than 20, but these are the 20 I've picked out to show you in October. So let's get on and have a look at them. First up then is this Early Learning Centre Magnetic WizWorld Cars Vehicles job lot. There's 12 cars there. They're not all WizWorld. There are 2, I think, that are not. There we go. So down here I've got ELC WizWorld Magnetic Cars Vehicles job lot times 12, only good play with commission. Additionally includes 2 unbranded non-magnetic cars. So I put 12 in the listing. There's 12 of the WizWorld cars there, but there's 2 extra ones that aren't. There's these 2 on the end here. If I, there's this one and the one behind it, they're not WizWorld, but I just included them because they're no good to me. They came in a bag of stuff. So the WizWorld ones, you can just about see here, said she, not being able to show you. Here, where my cursor is here, they have little magnetic clickers and they all join together so the kids can put them and pull them along in a long train. I pick them up at car boot sales for pennies. Pennies, you know, 10, 20p, 50p, £1 for 4, whatever. Also at the charity shops, they quite often bag them together and charge £1 for 4 or so. I have sold, they sold on best offer for £22.50. For some reason, it only sometimes shows you that on these screens. But I took a best offer of £22.50 on those, and they sold, they sold within a week of being listed. So the start date on there is the 31st of October. Today's the 9th of November, and I posted them yesterday, so they sold within a week of being listed. Nice sale there and definitely worth looking out for. Next up, if you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, you should, at that CARLA JENKINS on Instagram, if you want to go and follow me there. I never put anything up very interesting, but I did put this up. This is a CBeebies Sarah and Duck. As you can see, it's not Sarah, it's Duck. Here's Sarah's little companion. It's not very big. It's 3 inches maybe, but they're worth looking out for. There's a big one, and if you find the big one, then you're definitely in the money, but I've never found the big one in the wild. This sold within its first month of being listed. At the start time there, look, 9th of October, and it sold within its first month, and it sold for £22.99. I paid 50p for that at the car boot sale in Charfield. It was the first time I'd ever been there. There are several things in this video that are going to pop up from that car boot sale. It was a real money maker, that one, and I'm looking forward to going to it again. It's finished for the winter now, sadly. I didn't discover it in time, but I'm looking forward to going there again. Next up is a Pampered Chef Heritage Seasoned Stoneware 6-cup muffin dish. I paid 50p for this at the Easter Compton car boot sale, and it sold within 2 days of being listed. I started it on the 5th, and I posted this a couple of days ago. Today's the 9th, so it literally sold almost as soon as I listed it. Maybe I underpriced it. I sold it for £24.99, and maybe I could have got a bit more, but I was really, really happy with 25 quid for a 50p item from a car boot sale, as you can imagine. Pampered Chef is often worth looking out for. Not everything sells, but the Heritage Stoneware collection is definitely worth looking for. And as you can see, it's not in mint condition. If I enlarge that, you can see here that there's marks of it being used. However, for stoneware, that's called seasoning and increases the value rather than decreasing it. £24.99 plus postage on that one. Sea Salt Larissa shirt. I bought a load of sea salt shirts. I think I had 5 or 6 sea salt shirts and 2 M&S cashmere jumpers from one gentleman at the car boot sale. And I think I paid about 25 quid. This was a few weeks ago. Start time of this is the 3rd of November. It's sold within a couple of days of being listed. It's the second one I've sold from that bundle, I think. And yeah, I think I paid £25 for like the 7 items. That's a lot for me at a car boot sale. I don't normally lash out 25 quid on clothes at a car boot sale, but since it was all sea salt and cashmere, I knew it was going to be worth it. And here you go. This one is sold for £23.99. So that's almost my entire outlay back on the one item. Everything else then will be profit. So all sea salt stuff has a little name on the care tag. That's always worth looking because it helps when you're listing it. Quite often when people search for a sea salt item, they're looking for a specific. So if you can get the name in there, this one, as you can see, was called Larissa, then you're increasing your your outreach. Is that a word? Visibility. Torchwood, complete Blu-ray box set series 1 and 2 and Children of Earth and Miracle Day. I sold this on best offer for £30. I've had it listed since August, so it's been listed a couple of months. Absolute brilliant condition. I got it as in a bundle of DVDs from Steve at the Car Boot Set, and I think I paid around about £3. I can't remember exactly because I got a load of stuff at the same time, but I think I paid around about £3 and it sold for £30 plus postage. There are 3 separate Hobbs items in this video. 3. If you're not picking up Hobbs, you should be. This is a dark blue A-line skirt with, it's new without tags. It still had the spare button attached in the little bag. It's been listed a while. I mean, and there's me going, you should be picking up Hobbs. I paid 50p for this. This came in the charity sacks that I buy, and I paid 50p. Everything in there averages out 50p. And it sold for £24.99. It's taken a year to sell. It was, as you can see up there, it was listed on the 25th of November 2021. So it's taken a year to sell. But it sold for its full asking price of £24.99, and I don't mind sitting on clothes, not sitting on them literally, but they sit in the system. They wait to sell basically. I would have reduced it eventually, but not yet. £24.99 plus postage on that one. Nice little sale here. These have been listed about 6 months. I got them in fill a bag at the car boot sale. They're vintage 1960s puppets. Fill a bag costs £3 for as much as you can ram in there, so these will cost about 20p maybe. Vintage 1960s puppets. They've got like rubber heads, so just really cheaply made clothing. But the fact they were vintage, and as you can see there they are, the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf, and they sold on offer for £30. They went overseas on a global shipping program, so somebody in Germany I think bought those. But yeah, £30 plus postage on those, so really pleased with them. Worth waiting for them to sell, even if it did take 6 months. They were quite cute, but when you look at the clothes, you can see that it was really the cheapest possible fabrics that they used on them. They didn't put a lot of care and attention into kids' toys in the 60s. This was one of my winter coats. I had barely worn it. It was a little bit too smart for me. It was a wool coat, which means that every time I wore it, it got covered in dog hair. And just a little bit too smart for my everyday use. So I listed it. It was yours clothing, 26 minutes. It was also slightly too big for me now, and it sold for its full asking price within a week of being listed. 23rd of October that was listed, and it's been posted within days. So £29.99 full asking price on that one, plus postage of course. There's a second Hobbs item here from this video. These are Hobbs Sophia tortoiseshell patent leather court shoes. These came from the car boots and they were £1. When I picked them up, I expected the lady to say more. So when she said all shoes were £1, I leapt at them. They have sold for £20. I took a best offer of £20. They're a really nice shoe, actually. Too high for me. I wouldn't be able to wear them. Nice high heel on there. But they're really lovely condition. And yeah, sold for £20 plus postage. And they went within 6 weeks. Within 6 weeks being listed. They were listed middle of September. So Desigual. Took me a while to learn how to pronounce it. I used to say Desigual. Desigual. There will be a Desigual logo on the back. There it is. Look. There's the Desigual logo on the back there. It is a Spanish designer brand. This dress is called Johnny. The one good thing about Desigual is, again, they have names, so I was able to find out the name of stuff. It's not my cup of tea. It's not the kind of thing I would wear. But let me just click through the pictures. I picked up in the charity shop and it was £4.99, which is really rare. Desigual is usually more expensive than that in charity shops. Perhaps the person who put it out didn't like it either. Maybe that was why she went, oh, not charging much for that. Anyway, it was listed on the 27th of October. As I said, I'm recording this on the 9th of November, so it's sold within 10 days of being listed. In fact, I think I posted that about a week ago. So sold and received already. £35.99 full asking price. Didn't go on best offer, went for full asking price. And the third Hobbs item of this video is this really simple merino wool black dress. I think what sold it is the fact that it's merino wool, 100% merino wool. This came out of the sacks again. It's a flare black dress, sleeveless, UK 10, and it sold for £21.99. But it's been listed a while. 31st of March 2021 that was listed. The postage on there is £3.75. Now I went to £3.85 and then to £3.95. So you can see that it's been listed a while because my postage is the old postage price on there. But it was worth waiting to sell it for £21.99 when it cost me less than 50p. Something that's always worth looking out for is Wentworth wooden jigsaws. They are a quality jigsaw. This one was sealed, and they do all sorts. They do, but they have little whimsy pieces that are an odd shape inside. But this one was unusual because it was a local interest one. It was centred on Almondsbury in Gloucestershire. So you would think that that might sell to someone in the Almondsbury or Gloucestershire area. It's gone off on the global shipping programme to someone in America. I don't know. Maybe they had family who came from Almondsbury originally. Maybe they just went with jigsaws. Maybe they like maps. Maybe they're a mappophile. Anyway, it's sold for £30 on best offer. It's been listed since July, and it came in. I bought a big pile of them from one lady at the car boot sale, and I paid her about £3 each for them in the end, I think. Might have been a £5 each, but it was either £3 to £5. Sold for £30 on a best offer, and I think all of the others are pretty much gone as well. So definitely in profit there. It was only 250 pieces as well. Here's an old listing. This has been listed since the 6th of October 2021, so over a year. It is a Windsor London beige utility dress. This is a vintage item, but it was brand new, never worn. I think it's, quite frankly, just not very pleasant, but somebody obviously wanted it. £24.99. Like I said, it's been listed a year. It's taken a year to go, but £24.99 for this very plain, very simple utility dress. Not a label I've ever even seen before. Windsor. I've definitely spelt it wrong, just in case you're looking at it. I think that's not how Windsor spelled. W-I-N-S-E-R. That is how it was spelt on the label for this item. But yeah, it's not something I've ever heard of before, but somebody wanted it. I spoke earlier on about buying the big bundle of Cecil and cashmere from the one gentleman at the car boot sale. This is one of the cashmere jumpers. There were 2 cashmere jumpers and the second one hasn't sold yet, but this one went for £35 plus postage, and it went within a week of being listed. So this is a very soft blush pink 100% cashmere autograph jumper. Paid a £5, sold for £35 plus postage within a week of listing. This is another item that came from the car boot sale at Charfield in South Gloucestershire. This actually came from a couple who I buy from regularly at the Easter Compton car boot sale. They just popped up. Well, I went there and they were, what the hell is the fancy new here? Brand new Kath Kidston bag. It's still got the tags on it. You can just about see the tags in that picture. In fact, that picture, you can see them perfectly clearly. She's still got the tags on it. She'd never used it. And I think I paid £8 for it. I bought 2 or 3 bags off and I think I paid £8. So for £36.99 plus postage. Babyliss Pro Nano stylers. I'm not sure where these came from. They will have come from a car boot sale, but I'm not sure which one. I don't have a strong memory of buying them. I do know that Babyliss straighteners are usually worth picking up and that they always sell fairly quickly after being listed. These were listed on the 24th of September and they had sold within 6 weeks. And they went for £20 plus, sorry, they went for £21.50 plus postage. I took an offer of £21.50 on those. Babyliss straighteners are often worth picking up. Another one of my own coats. Obviously, having lost weight, my winter coats were too big. So this was my bright pink. I deliberately bought a bright pink coat for walking the dog. When I was a little bit less mobile and I was more likely to collapse or fall over, I thought if I'm wearing a pink coat, the rescue services would be able to find me easier. Practical if nothing else, but it actually didn't wear it very much because it was too warm. We didn't have a very cold winter the year that I bought it and it was too warm, and then last year I didn't wear it at all because it was too big already. So it's just been hanging in the hallway. So when I had my big declutter a few weeks ago, this went into eBay to be resold and sold within a week. I think actually this sold to one of you guys, so hi. So I took a best offer on it and I think I sold it for £25 plus postage. And this is another item from the Charfield car boot sale. That was the car boot sale that really did provide some good stuff. So this is a Harry Potter mug. It's a Slytherin. It's a really big mug. Slytherin, Shrewd Snake, Warner Brothers Studio Tour, large 3D mug. And it's sold within 3 weeks of being listed for £21.99 plus postage. That has also gone off on the GSP. This Yours London dress. I bought this not summer of 2022, summer of 2021 at a car boot sale. I went to a car boot sale near Nottingham and I've forgotten the name of the place, began with C. Really massive car boot sale. And just at the last moment, as we were about to leave, I found a store where a lady was selling some new with tags Yours clothing, and I bought 3 or 4 items from her and I paid about £3 for this dress. It didn't get listed until February because my death pile was so huge that it went into a bag and didn't get listed for ages and ages. But I listed this in February. It's been listed about 6 months, but it sold last week for £24.99 plus postage. And finally, this is slightly more unusual because I didn't buy this. One of you viewers messaged me. I'd done a video on the desk with some cookbooks by 2 Chubby Cubs. If you don't follow 2 Chubby Cubs on Facebook, you should. They are hilarious. They've got a massive Facebook group. And I bought their cookbooks, but as you know, I buy cookbooks and I don't ever get around to cooking anything. So one of you guys messaged me and said, have you sold those? Because I could see them on your desk in this video. Have you sold them? And I was like, no, I haven't sold them. And she was like, I'd like them. And then she basically said to me, would you like to do a swap? Because I've got a nice piece of Cath Kidston fabric that I know you could sell. And I said, okay, that sounds like fun. So I swapped her my 2 Chubby Cubs cookbooks, try saying that when you're drunk, for this piece of Cath Kidston Spray Flowers fabric remnant. It was 2 meters by 150 centimeters, and it sold for $39.99 within about 2 weeks of being listed, plus postage. So she's extremely happy with the cookbooks, and I'm extremely happy with the sale. So everybody's happy there. That's it. That's the lot. Normally I put some duds in, and I thought let's not bother. That doesn't mean there haven't been any duds. Oh, believe me, there's duds. There's always duds. There's always sales. There's always things you shouldn't have paid as much for or whatever. But I thought we'll leave them out this time. We're just a bit of a chirpy, cheerful video. I hope you've enjoyed my 20 over 20 sales. These have been 20 sales that sold for over £20. I hope you've enjoyed them, and maybe it's given you some inspiration about stuff you could pick up and resell. And I will be back soon with more of whatever it is I do here. Take care. Bye for now.